Why does the Bitcoin bull market reach 300,000 US dollars? It turns out that these indicators have already given us the answer. Really surprising. After reading this, I added another position. Ether keeps falling. All the copycats you bought at the bottom are almost gone. Can they really rise in the bull market next year? What coin is BigTime? Can it rise again if it is 10 times a day? Let's take a look with Alan. First, let's talk about something exciting new. Bitcoin gains in this bull market. Maybe it will be beyond your imagination. 200,000 may be just the starting point. Let's take a look at these sets of data. The proportion of long-term BTC holders in the figure, about to reach the 80% mark of historical records. This is a very scary number. The higher the ratio, the stronger the bull market will be in the future. In history, this has only been achieved in 2016. You also saw the great bull market that followed in 2017, flying directly from less than 200 to 20,000, increased by more than 100 times. Very scary. This is because the big players have almost emptied the exchange. You know, there are only 21 million Bitcoins in total, and these people have hoarded 16 million of them. And then count the unmined. In the actual exchange, there may be only about 1 million left. Wait until there is a bull market and millions of people will grab this point. This leads to the fact that the grand event in 2017 is hard to find for a coin. More monks and less rice. The pie soared into the sky like a rocket. And this year, the BTC accumulated by long-term holders has reached 80% again. This terrifying height. This is higher than in previous years. So this bull market is really different. Don't forget that the Mavericks did not gain much in the first half of this year. Because look at 2015. It was very stable back then as it is now. But in 2016 and 2017, you will look at the market again, just like crazy. In the stock market, this is called a horizontal multiplier. The higher the vertical line is, the longer the market remains depressed. The bigger it becomes when it explodes. This is recorded in Bollinger Bands. And now, the cumulative positions of long-term holders are still rising. The corresponding stock of exchanges continues to decline. So the whales, I am really collecting and distributing things all the time. Chips in the hands of households. This is really creepy. And next year's bull market. Another important factor is CGT in Europe and the United States. It's called capital gains tax in Chinese. In Europe and the United States, whether you're speculating in stocks or coins, as long as you take profit, you need to pay tax. For example, BTC goes from 20,000 to 200,000. The increase of 180,000 will require a large amount of CGT. Like Australia, you have to pay 40%. The more you stop profit in a fiscal year, the more you will pay. So here we take a little profit every year. This way you will pay less. If you don't make a profit, keep holding it. Then you don't have to pay CGT at all. And if you can hold it for more than a year, then the tax rate will be halved. So the investors here are all holder. In other words, if you hold it for a long time, you will sell a little bit every year. Because if you sell too much, the overall tax rate will go up. But in Asia, like A shares, there is no CGT. So when your stocks rise, you can sell them all. This leads to the big A. For example, the Shanghai Composite Index fluctuates up and down all year round. As soon as it goes up, everyone stops taking profits. No need to consider CGT. As a result, he has been stuck at 3,000 points all year round. So because of the difference in CGT, as a result, the United States is basically a holder, such as Musk or Buffett. If they sell stocks or something, nearly half of that has to be paid in taxes. So they hold it for the long term. Even after many years, I can't stop making a profit and I can't stop making a profit. Just receive dividends. In fact, the rich here borrow money and spend it to avoid taxes. For example, Musk pledged Tesla shares. Ask the bank for 100 billion cash to spend. They're all borrowed. This way the coins or stocks don't need to be sold. You don't need to pay CGT. This will also reduce selling pressure in the market. Form long bull. Therefore, European and American capital markets, everyone is unwilling to buy or sell, would rather pledge than sell. This is the secret to rich people avoiding taxes. This is also the reason why European and American stock markets are bullish. This rule also applies to BTC, so that's why Alan thinks this bull market will definitely exceed your imagination. Because American institutions have entered the market, and everyone is a holder. Use force in one place, only buy but not sell. Maybe the true you this time is really just the starting point. But now, it's still like a little bear. This Alan. I also asked everyone to go short when the price was 28,000. And is repeatedly empty. And some retail investors couldn't see clearly the situation and chased the rise. This has become our opponent. Alan and thank them very much for that generosity. Therefore, when trading, you must learn to look at data. Operate with the banker. Otherwise, you will become the banker's little league, right? One crop grows and one crop is cut. Then for small coins, my cyber has also stopped taking profits. It has been empty for almost 10 days, and it is not easy. Many family members took it with my encouragement. Shauna. Alan is operating several other small coins again. Interested babies can come and take a look. We all talk about data and in-store operations. The winning rate will definitely outperform the market in the long term. In addition to daily updates, after everyone arrives, also has access to a variety of institutional data and analytical tools. This is absolutely necessary for trading. Let you break away from retail investors and make decisions from an institutional perspective. Start the counterattack in life. Sure, this data is absolutely priceless. However, let's get down to business. Many family members are asking, why like Ether? Will the trend of WAP or Aptos be so weak? Will you be unable to get up in the future? Actually, this is a normal phenomenon, because it's not the time yet. The bear market is definitely BTC's home field now. Where do big funds go to avoid risks? But once it enters the bull market next year, that was the period when copycats started to gain momentum. What do you want? A big pie. How many newbies are willing to buy over 1000 when it comes? I must buy these cheap ones. Isn't that how Doge got up back then? So don't worry, it's all old leaks now. The newbies haven't entered the venue yet. And you have to understand one thing. The lower these copycats fall in the bear market, our cost of bargain hunting will be cheaper. In the bull market, the increase will be greater. So if it doesn't fall, I won't buy it. I have posted all the lists of people who need to buy bargains in the group. Actually, I think the performance of this bear market has been very strong. I remember the 2018 bear market very clearly. He dropped from 1400 to 80, a drop of nearly 95%. And this bear market, look at it. He dropped from 4,800 to 1,000. The drop is only 80%, almost the same as BTC. So, this time his performance in the bear market was actually very strong. This makes me more optimistic about this trend next year. At last, it's the game BigTime, which is very popular right now. Just 3 days ago, it was crazy. So some family members asked me if I could chase the highs. Alan thinks this is very dangerous, because currently only 3% of his coins are in circulation. The other 97% haven't been unlocked yet. This is where the boss is under pressure from behind. Count these unlocked ones as well. His total market value has actually reached more than $1 billion. This is definitely overvalued in a bear market. So it's definitely not possible to do it in the long term. But if you want to play in the short term, it's okay. Because new projects usually stay popular for a few weeks. Whether it's Pepe or Blur or whatever. And this BigTime, he is already on Coinbase, which is listed on Nasdaq, blessed by American institutions. And the most important thing is that he has just been out for a few days, not listed on Binance yet. So after he gets fucked from behind, there is a chance to do it again. And the game itself is pretty good too. So those who are brave can play short term. Well, that's it for today's program. Please click to subscribe. Let's say goodbye to the next round of bull market and freedom of wealth.